Hi, my name is Nadya Lutz, and I'm doing this Zoom today for ITeraCare. There are three different types of terahertz wands that I want to talk about and all the benefits. I'm a traditional naturopath, and I also practice functional neurology. Been in the health field since 1982, so I have quite a big toolbox of things that I love. Lots of them considered frequency medicine. And I just really love this one because it's affordable, it's easy to use. You can help your entire family, friends, extended community with one device. So I would like to share some things about it. I'm going to go ahead and play this medical disclaimer and then we'll get started.
Medical disclaimers. iTera Classic and iTera Pro are not medical devices. The information provided on our website is for educational purposes only and does not substitute for professional medical advice. Please consult a medical professional or healthcare provider if you are seeking medical advice, diagnoses, or treatment. Praif International shall not be liable for risks or issues associated with using or acting upon the information on our website. Praif International shall not be liable or responsible for the actions, misrepresentations, or negligence of our members who are independent contractors.
All right, that's the stuff we have to talk about. Now for the fun stuff. There are three different devices that Praif International carries, the Classic, the Premium, and the Pro. The Classic has three different switches, so it basically goes from cool, warm, and hot, and two different blower speeds. It runs for approximately 45 minutes before it needs a break to cool down. They all have a switch that will override if the unit gets too hot. And then there's the Premium that has warm and hot. It does not have a cool setting. And then there's the Pro, the Mac Daddy. If you are a professional or going to use this in a clinical setting, I would strongly recommend, trying the Classic, see if you like it or not. Once you love it, then upgrading to a Pro because as many different settings. It has a cold setting, cool, medium, warm, hot, and then various blower things also from low blower to high blower. But the most important feature, in addition to the cold setting, is that it runs 24/7. It's a workhorse. It does not need to stop. You can see all three of them have little vents on them. You do have to make sure that the vents are open. If something sucks up into it, then it will turn off and give it a break. But other than that, they're all fabulous devices. They all have 3-in-1 core technology. There's a terahertz chip in all three. And what I love about terahertz technology is that it resonates at the same frequency as a human cell. So it's really amazing because it can optimize all of our cells in our body. It can identify some of the mutated cells or the free radicals and optimize them. It operates on quantum and scalar energy. So it kind of entangles things. It'll get all the cells talking to one another. And all three also have an optical quartz in them. There's a tube which magnifies the effect of the heat as well as the terahertz. It's amazing because it penetrates 7 to 12 inches. In 2004, the US government named Terahertz technology as one of the top technologies that will change the future of the world, which is pretty amazing. You can see from the spectrum here that terahertz gap is in between the microwave and infrared. I've been using infrared technology since 2001 with great effects. But infrared on a good day will penetrate about an inch into the body, whereas terahertz can go 7 to 12 inches. And it goes through clothing, paper, plastic, glass. So it's been widely used, but I really feel like we're just getting started and it's just going to take off. Different scientists refer to terahertz as different things. In America, it's called the wave of life because it resonates as the same frequency as a human cell. In Japan, it's called the light of life. And in China, it's called God's Waveband. So I thought that was interesting that everyone refers to it as something different. I love that it can charge every cell in your body because we are all made of just energy and cells. And every cell in our body is like a battery. The more stress and wear and tear we have on our cells, we need to recharge them. We recharge everything else in our life. So it's nice to have this simple device that will charge the cell, activate it, and optimize it as well. And Hippocrates once said that, natural forces are within us, and we're able to heal these diseases on our own with these natural forces. And then, of course, many people are familiar with this, future of medicine will be the medicine of frequencies by Albert Einstein. I've believed this for a long, long time. I've used frequency medicine since 2001. And then another quote by Hippocrates is, there's a way to heat the bones, then all diseases can be treated. So the combination of the terahertz and the heat really can get in there into the bones, activate the bone marrow, and possibly activate stem cells as well. It's interesting if we think about how people used to be born and died in ancient times versus now. We're living much longer, right? So after we have become of a certain age, we start to get sick. If we look at the healthcare industry, most of the money is spent in the later years of life, in the sick times. So what I really love about ITeraCare is I'm hoping that we'll be able to optimize ourselves so that our sick time will not be there, or it will be much shorter, because we'll have a very simple way to optimize our bodies. According to the World Health Organization, the main cause of death is from blockages in the cell. And if we look at the first 3 lines, we see that we have heart disease, stroke, and then pulmonary blockage of the lungs. And then if we look at the bottom ones, they're basically weak or sick cells. So this is going to be important when we talk in the future about this. If you think about the main cause of disease and illness is blockages in the body. Terahertz has been shown clinically to help reduce those blockages. And then if we also talk about traditional Chinese medicine, the blockage of blood, the energy or the qi or the circulation is actually the main cause of pain and inflammation. I believe that the goal of all frequency medicine is to actively find and protect our good cells and actively find and eliminate our bad cells. This is one example of how terahertz and scalar energy can affect the cell. If we look to the far left, we see a normal cell. We can see it's nice and plump, and we can see the size. Over time, most people have a bad diet at one point or time in their life, stress, radiation or EMFs, emotional stress, acidity, and toxicities. This sends signals to the cell, and then inflammation starts, and you can see that the cell weakens a bit. And then over time, again and again, we have more radiation, more stress, more acidity, and more toxicity. And then a signal sent, and the cell shrinks, and eventually it becomes into what we call an abnormal cell. Another signal can be sent, hey, we need to do something about this, and now we have this device where we can charge terahertz energy or scalar energy into the cell, and then it can optimize the cell or change it into a charged, healthy cell again. Many uses for the ITeraCare. You can see that you can charge water. We'll talk a little bit about it later, but it basically changes the water molecule from a cluster of water molecules to linear, so that our cells absorb them better, as well as our organs. People are actually blowing directly on an area of pain, or you can do the brain to optimize neurodegenerative diseases. You can do the spine to activate many things, and you can see that all types of animals love this. So I love it when animals love a device, because that means that there's no placebo effect, right? They don't care if it works or not, but the fact that they come running when I turn on my wand means that they know it's good for them. If we look at Carillion photography, we can see that energy can be seen, right? We have a slice of meat. It has less energy than, say, an apple cut in half. And a cooked tomato has less energy than a raw tomato. It's able to capture energy fields. You can also capture energy fields with our aura in our bodies. And after a session with the ITeraCare wand, we found that the energy field is much brighter and vibrant. So what are the benefits of Terahertz and ITeraCare? It can eliminate unhealthy cells. It can activate inert cells, which is great. And it can also kind of eliminate those dormant cells because it's activating them. And it increases the self-healing ability. So it allows the body to strengthen the DNA and help with self-repair. And one of the things I love the most about it is it unblocks meridians, lymph points, and chakras. It purifies the blood, and it can even increase the metabolism. It can improve blood circulation and microcirculation by drinking Terahertz water, but also by wanding. It's amazing for regulating glands, especially the thyroid. You can place it right here, and you can actually watch someone's goiter just disappear. It's good for neurotransmitters when you hit certain parts of the brain. When you charge on the spine, each spinal process is attached to each organ and gland, so it's an easy way to optimize the glands. And according to Chinese medicine, it removes body humidity, so it can get rid of some excess moisture. It's 100% safe. It's super easy to use. There are really no downsides. It's wonderful to try from infants to elderly. You can blow on the area. It's great for babies when they have colic or they're fussy, great for skin, great for so many different things. Has 6 years of research and development. There's a 3-in-1 core technology, which we talked about. It has safety inspection reports, quality reports, accuracy, radiation, and there are many human clinical test reports by the Beijing Institute of Science. Here's an EMF test that's showing on this other device here that the EMFs are pretty high on this to show that it is working. They're slided over. You can see it's the same device, and they're using the Pro, which has a little bit more energy. And you can see from the tip, there's 0 EMFs coming out of that. So there's 0 radiation directed towards your body. Okay, so this are the 62 clinical test reports by the Beijing Research Institute of Chemical Technology, which is a really well-respected unit over there. They rate things a little bit differently than we do here, but the number one thing it's best for is inflammation. And we talked about in the beginning how inflammation equals pain, right? Inflammation blockages pain. Overall health quality, 4 stars, any types of lumps and bumps, any virus, bacteria, anything with the kidneys or bladder or urine, brain issues, lymph nodes, lymph fluids, all 4 stars. I'm really kind of surprised that skin showed up as a 3-star because it has fabulous results on any skin. And I'm guessing that's because they didn't get the root to it, because most time you have skin issues, you need to do the digestive tract. So I'm guessing that's why it was only 3 stars. So as a recap, it's really good for inflammation, everything from sinus to arthritis to prostate, digestive. It's amazing for aches and discomfort in the body. If you have a headache, you charge there and it's gone. Joint pain, shoulder pain, sciatic pain. Removes various blockages in the body according to clinical trials, and it's great for all skin and beautification. Again, for rheumatoid arthritis, it's amazing. If you're already using any creams, any natural creams for your arthritis, if you just go ahead and rub it in and then you charge right on it, the pain just disappears. It can go from an 8 to a 2. Someone who can't open a jar all of a sudden can open a jar. And then this is also another thing. They're saying that it's similar to 10 times acupuncture, 20 times cupping, 3 gua sha, and 40 times massage. I did these things regularly, like once a week prior to getting this device. And now I go in about once a month because I'm finding I don't need it as much. So I really haven't seen a difference in this. This is what I was talking about. You charge the spine. Here's a nice graph that shows all the nerves and all the organs that are attached to each spinal process. So simply by wanding from the tailbone to the head, you're getting every single vertebrae. It can activate the bone marrow. and thus release some stem cells. All right, so here's the water. This is from a live blood analysis. We can see up here at the top, there's a clumpy area in the beginning. They took a prick of blood, and then they charged the water, and they drank the water. They let it sit for about 15 minutes, and they did another live blood analysis. And you can see how the cells of the blood are individual and they're flowing better. So it's basically, when we're charging water, it's changing the molecular structure from a clump to linear, and it's allowing it to be absorbed into the organs and the body much better. And here it is afterwards. You saw that quick clip. Here's another example of wanding the water. Now you have to keep in mind that it's very important to drink high quality water, right, with minerals. When you put minerals into the water, then when you charge it and you drink it, it's been shown in an NIH study that you will absorb up to 50% more of the vitamins and minerals and electrolytes from that water. So high quality water is super important. If it's doing that with minerals, you can imagine if there are any toxins in there, it'll increase that as well, right? So simply by drinking Terahertz water, we can increase the oxygen content, increase the absorption, restore the vitality of the water, neutralize some free radicals, and increase and stabilize some energy. There are some contraindications which are important to pay attention to. We want to avoid during pregnancy and menstruation, since it has been shown in clinical studies to increase blood flow. We certainly wouldn't want to do that while someone's menstruating. And same thing with the blood flow and the heart disease. We'd want to be careful of using it on someone with congenital heart disease. You want to completely avoid all objects that are implanted. If it's not made by the body, it's an implanted object. That includes plates and screws and rods and hearing aids and breast implants and eye implants. It includes all implants. Anything foreign, mesh, that's introduced into the body is considered an implant. And another contraindication is you want to wait after surgery about 48 hours when there's a big open wound. You want to wait till it starts to close a little bit. That way it'll help with the healing and it won't increase the blood flow too much and then stop it from stopping, clotting a little bit. And then initially on a fractured bone, you want to be a little careful and give it a week or two before you start using it. After a week or two, it'll really magnify the results. But initially, when it's fractured, it can vibrate a little bit with the terahertz and it can cause a little bit of pain with that fracture. There is a blowing guide manual on our ITeraCare Health Facebook group. It's in the guides and you can go ahead and download that. There are lots of different protocols. All right, I'd like to jump into some testimonies, okay? A lot of these are from India and Asia because they actually use the ones in a clinical setting, in hospital settings. So we have a lot of nice testimonies coming out of there. This woman was bedridden, she was paralyzed, she was unable to move her legs at all. And after 53 days, she is able to stand up with a walker. Works fabulous on any nerve issues. You can see this woman after 8 days, she has Bell's palsy and everything is nice and even now. It really helps optimize the cranial nerves and activate things that are a little dormant in the nerve areas. Works great on lumps and bumps as well. You can energize your veggies, your fruits, pets love it. It does sound like a hairdryer, so a couple people don't like the sound of it. You can wear earplugs or noise cancellation headphones, but you can see this bird just sitting there, so it's not bothering the bird. It's just kind of an individual preference if you don't like it. Fabulous on neurodegenerative diseases. That's a big part of my practice, dealing with people that have Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, ADD, ADHD, autism. It really helps calm the body and optimize the brain. It relaxes the nerves, muscles, tissues, and it uses scalar energy. We talked a little bit about arthritis. Here's just an example. The woman has a hard time closing her hands, and after 15 minutes, she can close them all the way and open them. Nodules, we talked a little bit about goiters. This is a nodule. It definitely over time can reduce that. It restores nerves and muscles. Anyone with a frozen shoulder, you can go ahead and just charge that area, and people get a range of motion very quickly. There are a lot of testimonies about weight management, again, in reducing that moisture in the body. Basically, if you start at the thyroid, then you go to the chest area, then you go to the digestive tract area, and you pay a little extra attention on the right under the ribs, liver, gallbladder, right? And then you go down to the lower belly, and then you can wand the thighs as well, and it works significantly. All right, this is what I was talking about, skin diseases, skin issues. Really, really can make a huge difference. The combination of that terahertz frequency and the heat, it just optimizes a lot of different types of issues. Again, you'd have to use it on a regular basis. It also firms the skin. You can see some before and after pictures. Great if you have a really natural product to use on your face, even just coconut oil, and then you charge the area and you can get some great results. Works fabulous on virus and bacteria load. It can really help shorten a duration of a flu. And again, lumps and bumps. There are even some published studies out there at the treatment center for terahertz. We'll just call them lumps and bumps for the purpose of this, but you can read that over here. And it also works fabulous on eye. You just want to make sure that you don't have contact lenses in and you don't have any lens implants, right? So you cannot use them on lens implants. We don't want them adhering to the eyes. But I've known several people now who are supposed to go in to get a surgery for cataracts, and they've been wanting for a month or two, and all of a sudden they are not eligible for cataract surgery anymore. So cool setting, nothing on your eyes, just go ahead and charge the eyes and the spine. There are some real numbers coming off about kidney function. So it works fabulous for that. And I mean, again, it's off of blood tests. So osteoporosis, this woman was 2 months, she was in a bed, she was bedridden and couldn't move at all. And someone used the wand on her twice a day, and now she's able to get up and she's exercising here. All right, the basic protocol is to drink 2 glasses of water that have been wanded. Then you do each palm of your hand and each sole of your foot, and you drink another 2 glasses. I usually tell people to start with that, see how your body reacts to the terahertz frequency, and then you can follow this chart, and you can add in the other areas as well. And after you've done this for a week or 2, then you can go to our manual. Again, that's listed at the ITeraCare Healthbook Facebook page, and you can download some of the other protocols. This is what the crystal tube looks like inside of the red wand. They are different colors depending on if it's a premium or pro, but they're optical crystal. And you can see here that this has high speed, low heat, low speed, low heat, and high speed, high heat. We also have some other products. I'm wearing our ion shield. This is a fabulous little device. It produces a 3-foot radius of negative ions around you. So that can neutralize bacteria and viruses, and you just feel so much better. I mean, you're breathing pure oxygen. I feel like it's going right to the brain. And then we also have an amazing water bottle. This is a hydrogen bottle. It does alkaline water, pH, and minerals. At the bottom, there's a mineral cartridge, and it mineralizes your water. So what I do is I put high quality mineralized water in here, just a little bit of salt or minerals, and I let it sit for 15 minutes. I pour it into a glass jar, and then I wand the water, and I have this amazing water. It actually makes me crave water more. So it's a really nice 1-2 punch. And I've been seeing from some other frequency devices that electrolytes are normalizing, amino acids, vitamins, everything seems to be normalizing better because we're drinking high quality mineralized hydrogen water. So that is the end of this presentation. Our goal is to bring one ITeraCare device per household, bringing life to every home. It really works so well. So if you have a loved one or a friend that is suffering in pain or has tried everything and nothing seems to be working, I would go ahead and find a way to get them to try the wand, because I think that they will really love it. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I look forward to meeting you someday.